We have seen AI generate clips before, but Cinema Studio 2.0 is doing something different. Instead of guessing what you want, it gives you the tools to shape scenes like a director, bringing structure, motion, and cinematic intent into AI video creation. We'll see now how it works on Higgsfield AI. Please check in the video description for direct links to Cinema Studio. Here we are in Higgsfield.ai and you click on the Cinema Studio 2.0 to go to this page. We already see a ton of options here in the video section, but to start, we're gonna be in the image section. Here in the text area for the prompt, I have this character hero of a lone knight standing in the chaos of a rain-soaked battlefield, facing an unseen enemy. So essentially, it's about courage in uncertainty, standing firm even when the danger isn't fully visible yet. Selecting this ratio for a more cinematic view and the resolution too. And here we have one of the key capabilities of the platform, the camera settings, which will give full control over the rig build. You can select specific camera sensors, choose your lens glass, set your focal length, and even the aperture settings. If you want the same setup for later generations for consistent looks, you can save this as a preset, which we can later access straight from the Save tab. If you are too confused to choose, we have recommended preset combinations which will certainly help. Clicking on Generate to generate the image. After a few moments, we have the generated image ready. When you hover over the image, you'll notice the Create 3D Scene option appear. This allows you to step inside your image and experience it as an actual 3D environment. From here, you can move within the space, explore different angles, adjust perspective, and fine-tune the composition, all without ever leaving the scene itself. You also get access to helpful keyboard shortcuts that make navigation and adjustments even smoother. Once you have found the perfect frame that captures your vision, you can then use that exact frame as the foundation for your video generation. I will save the image and input the frame into the director panel. You can now add up to 3 characters in a scene, making it easier to maintain consistency, control who appears in each shot, and assign emotions. If a character needs to speak, simply write the dialogue or the system will generate it automatically. Clicking on this gives you the camera movement options. Here you have everything you need to get the desired point of view possible. After choosing the option, you find the speed ramp option which gives a modern look to the scenes. From custom speeding of the shots to flat linear option, slow motion, impact preset, and auto, which automatically selects the preset depending on the type of the scene. Select the duration of the scene to match the intensity and pacing you are aiming for. I have pasted the action prompt here, blending a medieval setting with a few subtle modern elements to give the moment a unique twist. This is also where you can enable the multi-shot storytelling option if you want the scene to feel more dynamic and structured. For a more cinematic presentation, I am choosing the 21:9 aspect ratio along with a 1080p output for clean visual quality. You will also notice the genre-based scene selection, which includes action, horror, comedy, western, suspense, intimate, spectacle, and general. This choice doesn't just label the scene. It actively influences pacing, motion energy, and even camera behavior. For this setup, I don't need to define start or end frames, so we will leave those out. And with everything in place, we can go ahead and click Generate. This is the 12-second video output. You can see the complicated camera movements and the look. Most of them chosen with the presets provided, and it looks cinematic to the core. Even the graphics applied look extremely professionally made. Here in the info, you can see all the options which were used for this video to be made. This video delivers a polished cinematic look with sharp, full HD clarity and smooth, film-like motion. The framing feels intentional and lighting is well balanced. And the color grading adds a strong visual mood without losing detail. fluid movement, and natural depth help create an immersive, professional feel throughout. Overall, it's a technically solid piece that blends clarity, motion, and atmosphere to achieve a truly cinematic result. Another result here with just a bit of different output. Cinema Studio 2.0 feels like a turning point in how AI video is created. Instead of simply generating clips from text prompts, it introduces a more structured filmmaking first approach where you can shape scenes with intention. From controlled camera movement and realistic lens behavior to lighting that reacts naturally within the environment, the focus shifts from randomness to direction. You're not just describing visuals anymore, you are building moments. One of its biggest strengths lies in how it treats motion and composition. The ability to guide framing, pacing, and perspective helps scenes feel grounded and cinematic rather than synthetic. Add to that environmental depth, character consistency, and the interaction between light, texture, and atmosphere, and suddenly the output starts resembling something shot, not generated. Cinema Studio 2.0 also stands out in how it handles storytelling across shots. Instead of isolated visuals, it supports continuity and visual flow, making it easier to move from idea to sequence. Whether it's subtle emotional beats or high energy action moments, the tools are built to give creators a sense of authorship over the result. In many ways, this is less about replacing creativity and more about translating it more faithfully onto the screen. Cinema Studio 2.0 represents a shift from experimentation toward intention, from hoping for cinematic results to designing them. And that's what makes it feel less like an AI generator and more like a virtual production space for modern storytellers. See you all soon in my next video. Thanks for watching.